Good afternoon. This is Julie. It is Wednesday, April 25th. It is 3:22 p.m. Central. The markets are closed, and it was a very difficult trading day today. We flirted with this daily head and shoulders. Uh, Thankfully, there was resistance or support came in, excuse me, on this trend line neck. Here's your head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and came down, hit the 200 EMA uh, right after the open, and then we bounced up and down for a little bit, chopping traders up before it finally gave it up around 11 a.m. and started slowly meandering up until these great earnings came out. Facebook reported after the bell, just killing it. 169 per share versus 135 expected, and they did not lose a bunch of subscribers because of the Cambridge Analytica data mess. So I think this is going to be very helpful to stabilize the markets and get us on the right path and get price up to the top of this channel line where I thought it was going to go initially. So it would just be a crying shame to wipe out all of this data. There's my line in the sand, because when you have a head and shoulders, you measure from the top to the bottom and do a measured move. And guess what, people? There's my line in the sand. And that would mean that we would just wipe out all this data. Um, and there's no reason to do that. We have earnings for the first time in over 10 years, bona fide earnings. Everyone is just killing it. So I'm glad there was somebody sitting there buying this bottom. There certainly were not any dip buyers coming in the market. It was just like a very uh, hesitant. Here was the flush from the morning, and then it was a very hesitant walk up, and then it went flat until we got the Facebook earnings. And then, of course, the market's closed and it jumped 3% already right at the close. So I'm sure it's going to take off like a skyrocket at 5 o'clock. Um, and I'm so glad. I mean, there is no reason to dive bomb this market. So forget about that 3% stuff. There's no way, there's no way we're going into a recession, in my opinion, because the earnings are so good. This is not fake earnings. This isn't corporate buybacks. This isn't quantitative easings. This is the current market condition. This is stocks rising on earnings. So trade the earnings is my recommendation. And of course, we've got to trade what's in front of us. If they're going to dive bomb the market, they're going to dive bomb the market. And there's the line in the sand, 54, 50, 75. But why wipe out all that market share when you don't have to and you can just start building and growing? I mean, hello, Earth to people. Me, I'm just, I don't know, I'm frustrated. So there is the NQ. Let's put it over on crude. And here's my linear regression template. Um, it's just a godsend. It's just wonderful. So let's look at crude, and it had a up and down EIA day, also very difficult to trade. Same sort of market activity that we had in the NQ. Had that report come out, and there was a mixed report. So very difficult trading, but you had the volatility come in. So I know the traders were enjoying that. So um, it's a little bit, precarious whether we're going to roll over or if this is going to continue moving up. We've been selling crude product to Europe. The UAE in particular bought that the some of our product from Cushing, the condensants. Am I saying that correctly? And so, but there was an abundance of product on the market. So that's why I'm scratching my head. Prices should be coming down because there's so much product available. Um, I know that the OPEC and Russia would like 100 oil, but who wants to pay, $200 to fill up their pickup truck? Raise your hand. So we want to keep the oil prices back between 50 and 60, where I think that they belong. And the level that held price is right here, I think at 14, that low. What is this low at? 67.14. Yep. So 67.14 is your line in the sand. As soon as that breaks, you've got clear sailing to bring this down towards 64 or lower. So if we can just keep it in this range between 50 and 65, I think that we'll be doing real well. But at the very least, get a little bit of a pullback and take a breather off of this rocket fuel that's sending the market up. So that's all I have for you right now. We'll take a look and be careful what Asia session does overnight. We've got the euro for tomorrow to trade, and then Friday GDP. So a lot to do. Come see us in the trade room. Be sure and stop by the website and pick up a template before June 1st if you were thinking about adding some of these JATS customized templates to your template library. A little bit of a price increase after June 1st. Thank you so much. I'll have a good day.